Ukraine, a nation under siege, finds itself in the midst of a conflict that has caught the attention of the world. The current state of affairs is nothing short of tense. War has gripped Ukraine, with foreign powers like Russia, the US, and China playing significant roles in this conflict. Russia, in particular, has been notably active, recently conducting a missile test that has raised eyebrows across the globe. This action is coupled with Russia's suspension of the New START nuclear arms reduction treaty, a move that has not gone unnoticed by the international community. These developments have only added fuel to the fire, exacerbating the already strained relations between nations. Countries around the world, including China and the US, have expressed their concerns over the escalating tension in Ukraine. Efforts are being made to negotiate a ceasefire, with countries like the UK urging Russia to reconsider its suspension of the New START treaty. These nations see the importance of a peaceful resolution, understanding all too well the potential repercussions of the ongoing conflict. Meanwhile, Ukraine remains in the eye of the storm, standing resilient in the face of adversity. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is banking on international support to bring an end to the war, a sentiment echoed by many Ukrainians on the ground. As the tension escalates, Ukraine stands resilient, hoping for a peaceful resolution to this conflict. To understand the gravity of the current situation, we must trace the events leading up to this conflict. The origins of the war can be traced back to the long-standing political tensions between Ukraine and Russia. These tensions escalated dramatically when Russia made the audacious move of invading Ukraine, a move that was met with international condemnation. In response to this invasion, a united front was formed by the United States, the European Union, the United Kingdom, and Canada. This coalition acted swiftly and decisively, announcing sanctions targeting none other than Russian President Vladimir Putin and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. This marked a significant escalation in the global community's efforts to impose economic penalties on Russia, aiming to cripple its ability to wage war. The sanctions included a travel ban on Putin, asset freezes, and restrictions on debt and equity. Furthermore, the United States made the bold move of sanctioning members of Russia's National Security Council, further tightening the economic noose around Russia's neck. But the response didn't stop at economic measures. NATO leaders activated the NATO Response Force, a clear signal of the seriousness with which the international community viewed Russia's actions. To add to Russia's woes, calls were made to shut Russia out of the SWIFT financial messaging system. While European countries were not yet ready to take this drastic step, the very fact that it was being considered sent a powerful message about the international community's resolve. These events have paved the way for a conflict that has far-reaching implications, not just for Ukraine and Russia but for the world. With the stage set, the war in Ukraine unfolded, bringing with it a wave of devastation and uncertainty. The war's progression has been marked by key battles, showcasing the Ukrainian military's resilience against immense odds. Their efforts have been bolstered by international support, with countries like the United States and the United Kingdom stepping up to provide military aid. This assistance ranges from tanks and planes to artillery, all aimed at fortifying Ukraine's defenses. China, while expressing concern about the escalating conflict, has taken a more cautious stance. Meetings between top diplomats and discussions of strengthening multilateral cooperation have occurred, yet an official peace plan from China remains unseen. The Ukrainian president, Volodymyr Zelensky, is counting on this international support to end the war. Negotiations, though attempted, have proven challenging. A source close to President Zelensky stated that more Ukrainian victories on the battlefield are necessary for real peace talks. This statement underscores the harsh reality of war. Victory often paves the path to negotiation. As the war rages on, the world watches, hoping for a resolution. Sanctions against Russia have been imposed by the US, the European Union, the UK, and Canada. Yet the conflict persists, and the call for peace grows louder with each passing day. The war continues to rage on, with the hope for peace hanging in the balance. As we navigate the complexities of this conflict, let's take a moment to reflect on the key points we've covered. We began with the current situation in Ukraine, a nation caught in the crossfire of geopolitical tensions. We discussed the pivotal events that led to the outbreak of war, marked by escalating tensions and a culmination of diplomatic failures. We then delved into the war itself, a devastating conflict marked with both triumphs and tragedies. The Ukrainian forces, though facing a formidable adversary, have shown resilience and determination in the face of adversity. This conflict carries global implications, with nations around the world closely monitoring the situation. The war has sparked a range of international responses, from sanctions against Russia to calls for peace and offers of aid to Ukraine. In the midst of this turmoil, efforts towards a peaceful resolution continue. Talks of ceasefires, negotiations, and diplomatic dialogues persist, underscoring the global desire for peace. The situation in Ukraine serves as a stark reminder of the devastating impact of war and the urgent need for diplomacy and peace.